trouble, but no.
Did you see what he did with them?
Kira, what are you doing?
Geralt. You gave me quite a start.
Brunei the mage, he says, bring me rats and healthy ones. Not something the cat dragged in.
This the lamp from the elf's hideout? And what's this about rats?
Nothing important. I'll explain later. Now tell me, to what do I owe the pleasure?
Ahora estas conversaciones ya las tuve.
Why do you want the lamp?
You just witnessed why. To communicate with lost souls.
Didn't know you were interested in that kind of magic.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Why'd the elf promise you the lamp?
We traded for it. He needed powerful magic and sensed I was no common wart charmer. I brewed him a potion. To delay nervous tissue degeneration, stave off memory loss or some such.
Who'd he want to use it on?
He didn't say.
Mentioned you wanted something from me.
I did, and still do. The cursed isle on Lake Windammer. You've heard of it, I'm sure. The local peasants mumble incessantly about it, about the wraiths that haunt it. They claim none who go there return.
How'd it come to be cursed?
That's what I don't know. I must break this spell, yet I've been unable to identify its source. This is somehow linked to the tower where Serard, the lord of these lands, took refuge when Nilfgaard invaded. Claims in the village are that peasants, desperate of hunger, sailed to Fyke Isle to beg for food. Met their end there. It was a massacre. So, will you please help me lift this curse? You're so good at these things.
Why are you so intent on this?
I'm not. The local peasantry is. The Isle, miss. You've got to lift the charm. You're a good witch, a great witch. There's no end to it.
See, I thought you didn't care for the locals. The great witch you are.
I failed to lift the curse, and they could conclude I'm not so great. Not enough to conceal me from the witch hunters and risk getting sent to the gallows themselves.
What others think, your image, that's all you care about.
The point is, listen, I didn't flee to these wilds just to stupidly get caught because some boar with grit under his fingernails grows annoyed with me.
So the peasants who went to the island for food, this lord had them murdered?
The villagers say he had them poisoned.
A real gentleman.
Well, I never met him. But he certainly didn't seem such a cruel man, judging by what a mage from the Isle told me.
A mage lived on the island? Did you know him? Where is he now?
We were friends. Sadly, he died that day as well. Very few survived. Yet even those who escaped the Isle soon suffered agonizing deaths. Strangely, they did not seem to have been poisoned.
All right, I'll help.
I knew you'd find it irresistible. Naturally, you'll need to sail to Fyke Isle.
Fine. What then?
Well, the spirits who wander the Isle, you must establish a rapport with them. Don't know how, but they could point us in the direction of the curse's source.
Think they'll be willing to chat?
Of course, provided you take my magic lamp with you. I shall let you keep it afterwards in appreciation. You'll find it quite useful, I'm sure.
Can't you just come with me?
I tried to go to Fyke Isle once. Thought my head would burst, the curse's magic was so strong.
Nice of you to send me there.
I experienced an acute nasal hemorrhage. You stand to endure a wobble of your medallion at most. At Aretusa, they trained me to detect even the subtlest magic pulses. This was like getting smacked across my haunches with a grain flail.
Funny. Thought you'd go in for that sort of thing.
Take my boat. I left it on the lake shore near the village. Should be fit to use. Provided rot hasn't eaten it, as it seems to eat everything here.
How's the lamp actually work? I mean, do I just rub it, or do I have to do something, magical?
You needn't even rub. Just place it where you find bones and hear whispers. I suppose I should warn you. It might not be the most pleasant experience.
Figured as much. Tell you all about it later. Maybe skip the drastic bits.
You'll need to do neither. I'll give you a Xenovox. It's a bauble that will let us speak over some distance. You will tell me what you see, and I shall tell you what to do and look for.
Never heard of a Xenovox.
It works just like a megascope, but is far more portable. Think of it as a magic box that talks.
They hard to build?
Extremely. That's why they're so rare. I certainly couldn't build anything like it.
So no chance these Xenovoxes will catch on with every mage using one?
Not the slightest.
So where'd you get the Xenovox?
Found it in the mine along with the lamp. Thought it was part of the lamp at first. Didn't realize what I'd actually found until later.
Think it belonged to the elven mage?
Clearly. And I didn't even know the elves used them.
I need to know anything else before I go?
No, that is all. Oh, go already. I can't wait to see what you discover on Phi Kyle. Just be sure to come and see me afterwards. And Geralt.
Hmm?
Thank you.
Ah, ahí está. Ya está puesto. Ah. A ver.
They left us, look! All of them done went! We've to swim, come on!
Puta.
They left us, look! All of them done went! We've to swim, come on! What about all this? I can't leave it! You go. Find a boat and come back for me. If you make it across. Why wouldn't I? Be back before you know it.
Ya. Eso es uno. Ah, ya, pero me aparecen en verdecito, así que está difícil perderse. Me aparece como niebla. Ujú. Ahí hay otra. Ah,
They're on to us. They'll not let Graham in. Quiet, fool. Babylon and the noble himself will hear you. Nah, he sat his arse on silk pillows, likely be gobbling meat. We've no notion we's coming to tear him to shreds.
Waist clear, lads. Adam!
por cierto, Paso, creo que tú llegaste después de... O no sé en realidad, pero esta es la misión que... a ver, ¿te acuerdas en el capítulo de el jueves pasado, creo? En que terminé con la... Estaba con la hechicera y... estábamos en una cueva y estábamos persiguiendo así como la cacería salvaje y toda la wea.
A fresh corpse. Must have come here a while after the nobleman's death.
Pero ni siquiera sé si estás ahí en todo caso, Paso. Da señal de vida para ver si tengo que explicarte o no. A ver. Mm, mm, mm. Ah, a ver. No veo más de esas huevitas verdes. Pero veo loot. Lo tomo. No, parece que lo paso ya no está. Mm, no veo más de la huevita verde. Así que creo que eso sería todo por acá afuera. El resto creo que está dentro. Sí, parece que sí. Ya, me la juego. Ah, este bicho culiar es terrible tanque. Bien, menos mal murió rápido.
Wonder what led them here. Hunger or greed? No, no he abierto el link que me mandaste por interno, Carmen, pero creo que me dará risa. Me imaginé. Oh, polvo Stammerfold. Esa wea es rara. Es bien escaso. Excelente. Eso. Ojo de cuervo. Ahí hay otro.
Millie, we gotta flee. Quick now. Millie. Millie, what's with ye? I don't know. So, burning. Ah! What? No. No, stay back. Don't leave me.
¿Quién es Your Majesty Luluch? Saludos en todo caso. Gracias por venir. Pero en todo caso, solamente por el nombre sé que eres un hombre de cultura. O mujer, no lo sé. En cualquier caso, tienes mis respetos. No, 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 no. No, lo corregí, lo corregí. No, puta la wea. Puta no. Esa no era la intención, no. Pero como era este. Oh, había un video culiado. Persona gestante, discúlpame por asumir tu género. Bueno, no, no sé si te consideras persona. Ser gestante. Puta no, ya cagué. No, pero oye, eso no es un género, eso es orientación sexual. No me vengas, no me combines las weas. Está la wea me vino por un lado, una que más encima.
peasants didn't come here to ask nicely.
Por cierto, esta misión secundaria que estoy haciendo es, yo diría que una de las mejores secundarias de todo el puto juego. Así, a ese nivel.
Place is
Es
full of
buenísima.
rats, as many dead as alive. Think they're feeding on.
Look, Geralt, stop. You needn't be so detailed.
De hecho, el otro día estaba viendo un video, así como que un tipo que analizaba The Witcher. Y claro, el tipo lo analizaba en cuanto a ambientación. Entonces, el bueno hacía un análisis de Velen, un análisis de Novigrado y un análisis de Skellige, que son las tres como locaciones principales. Y el buen decía, pues, que así como que si tuviera que escoger una misión de Velen, así como de la secundaria, él se quedaría o con esta o con una que viene después, porque son así como wow, en cuanto
Where's
a
that
todo lo
noble?
que implican.
Lying here, quiet as a mouse, head split open like a rotted pumpkin. More like a peasant now, sloshing around in his own blood and shite. Be nothing noble about him.
Too quick a death they gave him. Should have been made to suffer.
He's not the end of it. Sons can suffer for him, and the daughter. To the top!
De hecho, me acordé la primera vez que hice esta misión, yo quedé así como para adentro. Y muy re buena.
Many must have died here.
Aló. Oye, por cierto, ¿quién es Your Majesty Luluch? Al final. Para no volver a cometer el error de asumir
Rich folk.
su género.
Doubt I'll ever understand them. Keeping rats in cages like rabbits.
Let him out, maybe. Like to die of hunger if we leave him there.
I'd sooner burn the vermin. Releasing him's not like to bring no good. Imagine the harm they'd do if they swam back to the village.
Swam? Rats? How do you figure they'd do that?
You needn't fret for him. Clever little bastards. Clever than you.
They seem sluggish. Got the
Puta la
maintenance
wea,
maybe?
me funan porque sí, porque no y por si acaso.
And that stench.
Menos uno. Puta la wea. ¿No me arde? Tampoco voy a decirlo. Mira, mejor voy a omitir comentarios. Eres un elle. Un elle. ¿Podemos acordar en que eres un ser humano?
Don't start, Annabelle. Back to your craft. Always bending my ear about fool peasants. I'll not hear of them again. That simpleton turned your head, but one Graham hardly makes the rest courtly, one and all.
My lord, peasants. They're through the door in the tower.
Soy un él. Pero los helicópteros apaches no se pueden ofender. ¿Cierto? ¿Cierto? Pa, 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 pa.
good now, will it? Strange it's still here. The noble died a time ago. Who's that? Show yourself. Anyone there? Who? Who are you?
Salitre, seda. A ver si es que hay algo de alquimia que pueda hacer, ya que he encontrado hartas cositas. Bien. Ranobrin. A ver. Oh, semillas de cornezuela, esas aguas no aparecen nunca. Oh, esta poción es hermosa. Necesito corazón de Necker. Ah, ya tengo que repetir unos cuantos Necker. Gato, esencia acuática. Directo a Coquimbo. Ya, pues, Your Majesty Luruch, ¿quién eres? ¿Por qué me quieres funar? ¿Por qué estás haciendo todo lo posible para que salga funado? ¿Qué te he hecho? Yo te estaba agradeciendo que estabas pasando por el stream. Asiste para bestia mejorado, para draconia, para bestia superior. Híbridos mejorados, ¿qué necesito acá? Ojo de Erinia. Ah, esos bichos culiados de Skellige.
Have you got to the laboratory at the top of the tower yet?
I'm at the top. Nothing here that looks like a laboratory.
You've not reached the highest level. Look for a passage.
Pepe, estáis perdiendo todos tus puntos para mod, te aviso.
Someone dragged something across the floor.
Hijo, me asusté, weón.
The other, repeatedly. Someone dragged something across the floor. Or dragged it from one wall to the other, repeatedly.
Sí, te amenazo. De hecho, el que se iba a Coquimbo eras tu amigo. Listo. Solucionado todo el problema. Baneó el Pepe del chat. Yo quedé libre de todo pecado. No hay nada más por acá. Me parece. Será.
Looks like a laboratory. Pretty well equipped, too.
A ver. Dear Alexander.
Experimenting on humans. Never would have gotten away with it if the Conclave were still in charge.
Alguien que haya visto Code Geass. Es mi idea, no es la primera vez que estás aquí, Your Majesty Luch. Que de verdad que no, todavía estoy para adentro, no sé quién eres. Pero estoy seguro que ya había leído Your Majesty Luch. Siempre, Pepe, siempre. ¿Quién ha visto Code Geass? Que yo
Kept
conozco.
in there until the end. What a shitty way to die.
A ver, no veo nada. O no. F. Mira, ni te acuerdas de tus espectadores. Puta vos. Son muchos. No, no andamos por acá. ¿Cómo lidiar con la fama? No, pero estoy seguro que ya estaba acá, weón. Solamente que no puedo recordar quién era. A ver, ¿a quiénes le he dicho? A ver, el Pistola es Cristo, el Opaso es Dargich. La Javi era Kerrigan. Eh, la- Soy nuevo. No sé. Estoy casi seguro que ya lo había leído. Pero la única persona nueva que le he dicho, aparte del bicho, es Sergio. Mm, mm. Pero no sé si el Sergio haya visto Code Geass. A ver, ya, vamos a leer. Día 237. Mis experimentos siguen arrojando resultados que no considero fiables. No se trata de errores metodológicos. El problema reside en el material. ¿Está el Sergio aquí? No sé, le avisé que le compartí el dato de que estaba haciendo streams. Dijo que estaría, pero no sé si estará acá. Estoy diciendo que no sé, calmada. Tranquila. No se trata de errores metodológicos. El problema reside en el material de investigación. Eh, Tan falible y burdo con el que me veo obligado a trabajar. A pesar de su promesa, Serat no consigue proporcionarme suficientes especímenes razonablemente sanos para llevar a cabo las pruebas. La mayoría del material se encuentra hambriento y aterrorizado, ya que es arrastrado hasta aquí directamente desde la mazmorra. Todos los días pierdo un tiempo precioso lavándolos y despojándolos antes de permitirles poner un pie en mi laboratorio. La esterilización es lo primero. Por cierto, para explicar un poco lo de la misión, porque no sé si están así como todos cachando. A ver, en esta isla vivía un mago y para refugiarse después del ataque de los Nilfgaardianos a Belen, el señor de Belen, el buen que así como que gobernaba esta zona, que se llama Serat, se escapó y se vino a esta torre con el mago. El mago estaba haciendo experimentos, la verdad no me acuerdo qué, supongo que ahora nos vamos a enterar. Y empezó experimentando con ratas y después, supongo que el trato que tenían era que los dejaba refugiarse ahí y Serat le proporcionaba personas para que el buen experimentara. Entonces ahora, de hecho, estamos leyendo precisamente de eso. Eh, Keira, que es la que me mandó para acá, me comentó que no había podido venir porque había como una barrera mágica que no le permitía entrar, ya que ella era como muy susceptible a ella y onda sangraba por la nariz y wea. Entonces yo estoy así como averiguando qué está sucediendo porque quiero como eliminar la maldición que hay. Finalmente, ¿qué ocurrió? La gente pensaba que el señor, el Serat, el weón estaba viviendo así como en lujos y weás, que el weón se vino así como de vacaciones y al final el weón estaba como viviendo bien como la mierda, entre ratas y weás, solamente para poder refugiarse. Y la gente pensando que el weón vivía cómodamente y todo, vinieron a matarlo. Eso. Tal como consiguió demostrar Marty Sodergren en sus pocos divulgados estudios, la actitud de un paciente bajo tratamiento puede tener un impacto muy significativo en la lucha contra la enfermedad. Por desgracia, los voluntarios que se me proporcionan no muestran suficiente comprensión y mucho menos entusiasmo por el noble proyecto en el que están participando. De hecho, parece que consideran la investigación parte de su castigo. He intentado convencerlos varias veces, aunque no soy buen orador, de que estoy contribuyendo a la erradicación de las mayores plagas que afligen a la humanidad. En todas las ocasiones tuve la seguridad de que no comprendían mis explicaciones, aunque quizás su estupor fuera simplemente fruto de las primeras fases de las primeras fases de la enfermedad. Resulta evidente la imposibilidad de lograr el éxito sin sacrificios. La mayoría de ellos tendrá que sacrificar sus insignificantes vidas en el altar del aprendizaje, pero es un precio que estoy dispuesto a pagar. Farquaad. Nunca me han gustado las ratas. Día 346, antes era como el 200 y algo creo. No por el aspecto repugnante de las colas, sino por la inteligencia tan vivaz e irritante. Cuando uno habla para sí mismo, siempre parecen estar escuchando, y lo que es peor, también parecen comprenderlo todo. Hace unos días me sorprendí a mí mismo hablando con una de ellas, en concreto con un macho de color negro de color considerable al que le faltaba una oreja. Al principio temí que mi comportamiento respondiera a las primeras fases de la enfermedad, pero me di cuenta de que eso es imposible, ya que he reforzado mi inmunidad con poderosos hechizos. Más tarde concluí que había sido un reflejo natural que incluso a los más instruidos nos cuesta controlar. Al fin y al cabo, a los magos nos gusta que nos escuchen. He colocado a las ratas en una jaula separada, de esta forma pueden seguir formando parte de las pruebas, pero mientras tanto tendrá la oportunidad. Ah, a la rata. Tendré la oportunidad de observar y de hacerme compañía. He notado que observa con gran concentración las jaulas de los roedores infectados, en especial las que contienen ejemplares en las últimas fases de la enfermedad. Resulta muy interesante. Ah, ya entiendo. Entonces eso es una enfermedad que debe ser así como una cuestión como la peste negra que la esparcían las ratas. Una wea así, pero que algo así debe ser. Entonces el bueno está estudiando las ratas y está con eso está tratando de contagiar como a las personas, supongo, o personas contagiadas y está experimentando con ellos para tratar de erradicar esta enfermedad. Ya, perfecto. En cuanto a su compañía, es más que satisfactoria. Serat evita el laboratorio y ha expresado su deseo de que también su hija se mantenga alejada de mí. Al principio pensaba que temía un escándalo moral, lo cual sería irrisorio, pero me explicó que Anabel siempre ha sufrido de una constitución física débil y que observar a los enfermos podría hacer que se viera afectada por los aires malsanos. Los campesinos que forman parte del estudio me han retirado la palabra. No sé qué creen que van a conseguir con eso, ni me importa. De todas formas, son unos conversadores terribles. Por supuesto, también está la mujer, pero en su caso intento limitar el contacto. Día 362. Mi rata negra ha muerto. Hoy la he encontrado hecha un ovillo en la jaula. Puede que se haya infectado por accidente, pero no ha encontrado signos de la enfermedad durante la autopsia. Además estaba bien alimentada. Es muy extraño. Su muerte es inexplicable desde el punto de vista médico, lo cual debo admitir que inquieta al investigador que hay en mí. De todas formas, como ya he dicho, no soy muy amigo de las ratas. Ya. Espero haber hecho todas estas weas porque si no me cago, pero pues.
Why did you leave? You claimed to love me. I'm cold. Why has no one come for me? I cannot leave this place. I see no way out. Who are you? Do you seek to hurt me as well?
I'm a witcher. I want to lift the curse that grips this island. Your turn to tell me who you are. The other ghosts, they couldn't see me.
I'm special. Always was. The rare beauty. The Lord's daughter. These lands, as far as the eye can see, were ours. My family and I, we hid in the Major's Tower to await the war's end, the end of hard times. It was not to be forever.
Mage who lived here. Who was he?
Alexander? I hardly knew him. He spent most of his time locked away in this tower. He's dead too, you know. They're all dead. Mountains of corpses, yet I stand here alone, all alone. They've all abandoned me. Even he who promised me everlasting love. You will abandon me as well.
If I can lift the curse, you yourself will be free to leave. Tell me what happened here. Peasants sailed to the island to ask for food. Is that true?
No. They came to rob and kill. They thought us rich, believed we'd stowed ourselves away here to laugh at their misery. Yet we had little food as well. Too little to share with those who came. They slaughtered everyone. I heard my father cry out, but the mage told me not to reveal myself or let anyone in. He gave me a potion. If I was discovered, I was to drink it. He said everything would be all right.
What happened then?
Fear. Terrible fear. I feared the men who approached, but I also feared the potion, drinking it.
Didn't trust the mage?
In the village, they claimed he meddled in disease. Not curing it, but causing it. They said he lured rats into the tower, infected them with the
Catriona. La Catriona,
surely,
eso.
but I was afraid. So horribly afraid. And then I heard him. My beloved Graham. He called to me. I opened the door for him, but others rushed in. They lunged at me and...
Oh, la wea insidiosa preguntar esto. Pero ya, vamos con todo.
Your beloved failed to save you. Why?
There were too many. Leave her be, he shouted. He grabbed at them, tried to stop them. They just laughed.
Did they hurt you?
They gripped my arms, tore at my dress. I managed to free myself and drink the potion, and then... nothing.
Poisoned? That how you died?
No, for I later awoke. I was alone, it was dark. Only there were rats. Everywhere. Dozens. Hundreds. And I couldn't move.
Sleeping potion. Effects hadn't worn off yet. You were paralyzed.
They were everywhere. All over me like insects. My face, my hands. I felt them rip open my skin, then crawl into my stomach. They tore me apart, and I could not even scream. Have I not suffered enough? Why can't I leave this place?
You weren't the last to die on this island. Found a fresh corpse in the tower.
The island's a dangerous place. Folks should not venture here. I too wish to leave.
The dead man looked like a monster had attacked him recently. The tower home to anything else?
How am I to know? There's lots of wraiths here. I hear them whispering every night.
Not talking about ghosts. A monster who hunts here. You must have noticed something.
I don't know. I've noticed naught. Why do you ask? Why must you press me so? You're to be my savior, not my tormentor.
Can you talk to the island's other specters?
No, I'm alone here. The others, they flee when they see me. I know not why. You do not fear me, do you?
No. Used to dealing with ghosts. Though, gotta admit, there's something about you. You're different. How can I help you?
A curse born of hatred binds me to this place. Only love's power can hope to lift it. But who could love a wraith?
And your beloved, he dead too?
Graham? No, he lives. I would know if he died. But he fled and abandoned me. Left me here all alone.
Maybe you could strip the curse of its power by forgiving him. You might cleanse the isle. Your beloved, who is he? A noble son?
No, a poor fisherman. My father objected, strongly. He did not see us together. I miss him so. Each night I walk to the island shore to gaze upon the village. Does he remember me still?
Said before you can't leave the tower.
Did I? You must have misheard.
I don't think so.
I don't know anymore. It's all a nightmare to me.
As I see it, you're the curse's focus. The other ghosts on the island, their auras aren't nearly as strong as yours. My medallion started pulsating as soon as we started talking.
I don't know what you mean, but you do seem to know some things. You could be right. My fate is tied to the Isle, I feel that. Perhaps because I am heiress of these lands.
It could be your blood ties to the land, the base of the curse, that is. If so, forgiving Graham, laying your resentment to rest should lift it.
I loved him. I'm prepared to forgive him. But I must know that he regrets what he did. Take my bones to him. He must bury them. This will be our farewell. Will you speak to him? Will you do this for me?
¿Qué hago? Votación en el chat. Los que estén atentos. No sé si puedo confiar en ti o está bien. Ya. Esos tres. Y con mi voto seríamos 4. Okidoki.
Really sad story, but something's not right. Got a feeling.
What is it?
You're not telling me everything. You know the island's dangerous, but refuse to tell me about the monster that lives here.
There is no monster.
I think you're lying. Question is, why? To protect the beast? Or is it that...
Stop! I will not hear this!
I can't help you. Taking anything off this cursed island, from any cursed place, just too dangerous. And a dead woman's bones, that's asking for trouble.
They said witches are heartless beasts. Will you bring Graham here then? I so long to say goodbye.
Annabelle, listen.
You never wished to help me, and here I have someone would finally take pity on me. Stupid woman that I am.
Damn it, gotta catch them.
Ven pa' acá, chuche de madre. Te reviento, te reviento. Oli, vamos juntos. ¡No! Casi me caigo, mierda. Pasa usted. ¿Por qué está negra, weón? O sea, no es que tenga algún problema con el negro, tranquilos. Hecho culero. Ven pa' acá. ¿Qué?
What was that? It sounded for a moment like you joined the wraiths yourself.
Had to fight a pesta.
A pester? And did you learn how to lift the curse before you lunged at her, sword in hand?
Yeah, we talked a bit. Looks like I need to get her beloved to the island. Fisherman named Graham.
I know that.
No, quiero revisar una cosa. Oh, bien. Encontré todos los fantasmas. Bien.
He lives in Oriton, village on the lakeshore. Find him immediately. We're close to unraveling this. I can feel it.
No te creo. Oh, la wea.
I want to talk.
You deaf, damn it! I told you. Who are you?
I've been to the island. I know what happened there.
Al culeo. Al toque me abrió la puerta.
What do you want of me?
Want to talk to you about Annabelle.
Annabelle? What can you know about her?
I met her. Talked to her.
Annabelle's dead. Drank poison. And I couldn't save her.
Did you love her?
Something mad. Loved her so deep I believed we'd come through, believed we'd be together. Of course, it was not to her father's liking. His daughter and a plain lout.
What happened on Fyke Isle? You gotta tell me.
Twere Millie, Finch and Faulkner. They rallied the men, all roughs, to go to the Isle, take back what was ours from the noble. They knew I was known at the tower, that the Lord's servants would open the gate for me since I sold them fish.
They forced you to go with them?
No, I saw my chance in it. For Annabelle and me to flee. But it all spun in a chaos. Our boys from the village, they started killing everyone. Annabelle, they wanted to rape. First, then she drank the poison. Mage must have gave it her. I ran out the tower, hollering that I wanted to die, cursing them all to hell. Don't force me to speak of it. No more, please.
Said you were hollering as you fled the tower, the island. What exactly did you say?
I don't remember. I wanted them to pay for what they'd done to her.
Might have cursed them. There's a powerful magic aura on Fyke Isle. Passions, evil intent, strong emotions of any kind can activate it. Your words could be the curse's source.
She took the poison because of them.
It wasn't poison. Annabelle drank a strong sleeping potion. Mage wanted to protect her, make it look like she was dead. Convinced everyone.
That means... Is she... You said you spoke to her?
Spoke to her ghost. By the time she awoke, tower was full of cold corpses. And rats. She was warm meat. Rats ate her alive.
You mean... She was alive the whole time? But... Can't be. She was cold all through like a corpse. I shook her, begged her, open your eyes. I never thought...
It's not your fault. No guilt in not knowing, and you couldn't know it wasn't poison she drank.
Gods, what have I done? If I had stayed behind to bury her, I'd have noticed she was alive. It might have ended different, ended well.
If you'd stayed on the island, I doubt you'd have survived.
I'd take death over leaving her to the rats like that. But there's naught I can do about it now.
Wrong on that count. Annabelle needs you. You can help her.
She's still there. In the tower. Can I see her?
Yeah. One thing you should know, though. In death, Annabelle turned into a pesta.
A pester? What's that?
More than a restless ghost. A plague maiden. A powerful wraith filled with grief and hatred that drive her. Give her the power to sow disease and death.
She suffers. How am I to help her? Gods know I'm willing.
Annabelle thinks you abandoned her.
Gods! She hates me. And all this time she's thought I ran, abandoned her.
Yes, go to the tower, talk to her. Maybe you can convince her that's not how it was.
I thought she died. I'd never left her there otherwise.
A curse has imprisoned Annabelle and the other spirits on the island. Love can shatter its power, free her and them.
Just as in the legends.
If you know the legends, you know one kiss is enough to break an evil spell. On one condition. That it's a kiss from someone whose love is true.
I told you. I said I love her with all my heart. Take me to her, please.
It's dangerous. There are risks involved. Understand that, don't you?
Of course. I'm no coward. I'll not run this time.
Nothing. Let's go.
I'm ready.
Let's go to the tower.
long enough for revenge. And now he comes to us on his own.
Don't be afraid, you'll be fine.
Last I came through here, I still hoped Annabelle and me weren't impossible. We could have been together, and now she's dead. And it's my fault. If only I'd been able to protect her.
Can't change the past, but you can still help Annabelle to move on, to rest in peace.
It's terrifying here. It's too quiet.
Chop chop, speed up. Let's get this over with.
I remember the screams. Inhuman they were. Now it's silent. They're dead. All dead.
Don't think about that. Keep walking.
No, de nuevo.
You have not forgotten. You've returned for me.
Is that?
Don't you recognize me? It's me, Annabelle. The one you abandoned, remember?
Annabelle, I was sure you was dead. If I'd known otherwise, I'd never have left you. I'd do anything for you. I would, you know.
Prove it. Kiss me.
Graham, careful.
En tiempos de guerra. No.
At last.
Se pidieron al Graham, cabrón.
The curse
Son
is
como el
lifted,
hoyo.
and Graham and Annabelle are reunited.
O no, bro. Qué buena misión, la puta madre. F en el chat. Oh, pero está, hasta con música sad está el juego, weón. La primera vez que jugué esta misión no había prestado tanta atención así como a las cosas que se mencionaban en la conversación. O al tema que había cadáveres y toda la wea. Y cuando la tipa me dijo que llevara sus huesos, dije, ah, ya, pues, vamos a ayudarla. Y la tipa se pitió al Graham igual. Solamente que quedó libre como una pesta. Y yo quedé así como, oh no, ¿qué hice? Así que recargué la partida y... y lo hice bien. Dile a Keira. Vamos a ver si la Keira. Al final Graham moría de todas formas, weón. Pero uno era un final feliz y el otro no. No, weón, me sentí re mal.
Geralt, just when I was starting to miss you.
Sácate una opción de diálogo. Por cierto, no tocaste nada. No, que yo sepa, no toqué nada, weón. Si lo único que hice fue la weá de los momentos destacados para poder hacer los resúmenes de los capítulos, weón. Es lo único que toqué.
Fyke Isle's free of its curse.
Able to persuade Graham to go to the tower with you? Did you mention there was a pester involved?
He knew the risks, but he'd also heard lots of stories about true love, whose kiss can break any spell. Can't help thinking that gave him courage.
And? It ended well?
Depends how you look at it. Curse is lifted, Annabelle's spirit is left in peace. But Graham's dead.
Ya caché, sorry, no había
Oh,
cachado.
poor boy. Still, he's proved that true love may be more common than some suppose.
Ya, ahora caché. Es que, puta, como estoy leyendo entre el texto, o sea, los textos y, y los comentarios leí mal. Ya, entonces es Twitch el que está bugueado.
The lamp. What do you want to do with it?
As I said, you may keep it. I don't believe I shall need it anymore, given the Isle's been cleansed. I actually regret not going there with you. Perhaps we can make up for that lost time now.
De cráneo.
One thing's bothering me.
What?
Annabelle said Alexander was studying diseases. She mentioned Catriona. You knew this?
All the mages knew about it. Alexander was a highly regarded epidemiologist. I would have given anything for an opportunity to study his notes, but he guarded them jealously.
All right. Time I was on my way.
Perhaps you'd stay just a bit longer? There's one small favor you might yet do for me.
What is it?
I put in an order for a few substances from Novigrad. The trader was due to be here yesterday, but has yet to arrive. Could you see what happened? The package is rather important to me.
Why not? If he was coming here from Novigrad, he must have passed through Blackbow. I'll check the area.
Thank you. I shall be ever so grateful.
El unboxing del PC, o sea, del setup del PC, igual podría ser. Es unboxing del PC. A ver, misiones secundarias. Un favor para un amigo. A mí que el Pepe nunca me va a avisar cuando llegue. Ya. Hagamos esta misión.
Yeah, merchant traveling across Velen alone. No way that was gonna end well. Leftovers, cuts of meat, catoblepas. Wonder what spell requires that.
Catoblepas.
Package still intact. Don't sense anything magic though. Human. Wonder how my order explain this one before. Wouldn't have made it.
Uy, pero loco, párate.
Hid and waited for help. It never came. That's Velen for you.
Carta desaparecida del mercader. Volker, nos hemos forrado, amigo, viejo amigo. Además de agotar las existencias, las hemos vendido el triple de su valor normal. El cliente lo quiere todo. Vino de Bruclear, desde el joven a las añadas más antiguas de blanco, tinto, rosado, de todo. Carne de catoblepas, ternera de adobo, en adobo, pimienta, canela, clavo, de todo, amigo, de veras. No obstante, hay un tema. Tenemos que llevar el género a Belén, a una aldea llamada Sotomedia. Ya lo sé, es peligroso por la guerra, pero piensa en el dinero. Ya he conseguido que un pase para cruzar el Pontal y luego está a tiro de piedra. No te va a pasar nada, Klaus. Iremos 50 y 50. Puta, amigo Volker. Creo que a usted no le fue muy bien, ¿cierto? A ver.
Geralt, just when I was starting to miss you.
Got those, substances you wanted?
Splendid. I can finally begin my study of double arboreal racination patterns. But first, I'll...
Brew yourself a mug of mulled wine? Saw what the wagon was carrying. Exquisite meats, expensive wines, Zerrikanian spices. Not a speck of magic. Care to tell me what you're up to?
I would rather show you, but you must wait a bit.
Color me intrigued. Fine, I'll wait.
Then shoo, outside.
Gonna slip into something more comfortable?
Later. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Well, go on, out. You've been patient, thank you. It's almost ready.
Huh? If I wanted to see white mice, I'd just get drunk.
Note that I said almost. Now don't interrupt. The king Vin Capel.
Third mouse. What happened to it?
The spell has a 66.67% chance of success. I always use one more than I need, just in case.
So where did... Kira, can I explain what's going on here?
Know the fairy tale about Cinderella?
Mm-hmm. True story it's based on, too. A Zoogle cropped up in a palace pond and ate Princess Cinderella whole. Left behind one slipper, so...
I beg you, not another word about Zoogles. Now, to return to the fairy tale. I'd like to escape these ghastly swamps for one magical night. I don't need a fairy godmother, I'll cast the spells myself. But I could use a Prince Charming. It just so happens you're the only decent candidate in all Velen. So, what do you say to a moonlight ride on horseback? And dinner?
Sounds tempting. So tempting, I don't think I can refuse.
Before we go, there's one more thing.
Gotta transform a pumpkin into a carriage?
No. I shall transform our rancid rags into something more glamorous. Don't wince. It'll only be an illusion, won't hurt a bit. And at dawn, everything will return to normal.
Why not? Might as well go all out.
Then hold on tight. Gavella Glan. So, what do you think? Neckline too modest?
It's just right.
Oh, I might also have changed your hair colour while I was at it. I've always fancied dark-haired men. Oh well, any port in a storm. Well, off we go. Dinner's waiting. Last one there does... I thought you were a better horseman.
For the record, I was riding a mouse.
For someone who usually trots around on a roach, that shouldn't present a challenge. Now do you see why I needed those substances?
Beef and cinnamon and cloves, roasted capon with shallots. It was worth the trouble.
Hermano es hechicera, qué wea.
Dry red, but let it breathe a little
Además lo
first.
preparó antes, pues ella dijo que iba a preparar las weas y después volvía.
Think witchers suck the marrow out of drowner bones and wash it down with puddle water?
More or less. Well, we've chatted long enough on empty stomachs. Let's dig in.
Must have cost you a small fortune. Sure you don't need me to pitch in?
Please, I manage. You know, a dozen eggs here, a cock or gander there. Besides, my finances are about to improve.
All right, I'm curious. We celebrating something?
Yes, a return to the living. But that's not what I wish to discuss. Thank you once again, Geralt, for your help with the tower. You were fabulous.
Not the first curse I've lifted.
But among the most difficult, correct? What happened on that island? Why, I shiver at the thought. And the laboratory. I sincerely hope you burnt everything. The cages, the corpses, the papers.
Ya cabrón, ¿qué contesto? Solamente voy a decir que me inclino por la tercera. Es mi opinión personal, que no les influya. Esa bicho... Campeón. Bueno.
All right, let's get down to business.
What are you talking about?
Sex. We're here, isn't it?
You may know about wine, but you remain quite unsophisticated otherwise. That's very good, because boys are much better in bed. Now, close your eyes and count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's enough. Kira, wanna play hide and seek? Why not? Good. Won't have to fumble with fasteners. Shame. Could have kept her shoes on.
¿Y el culiao a los fetiches?
Now where's that Cinderella gone to?
Y precisamente por esto es que está para mayores de 18 el stream.
Congratulations.
Do I get a prize?
I have nothing on me, but I'll think of something.
Momento van.
Know what they call that constellation in Zerrikania?
Dragon something, I bet.
No, it has a different name. But indecent, actually. Lean closer and I'll whisper it in your ear. Egfain Nave.
Loquito, tú eres el que está viendo a alguien tener sexo. ¿En serio te estás quejando? O sea, ¿en serio? ¿En serio te crees mejor?
me to sleep with a spell means she's up to something. Fyke Isle, the tower.
Buena pistola que estoy diciendo acá, bueno, no sabía que andaba por aquí. A ver, mapa. Perdona, no pistola, Chris. Discúlpame. Por el bien de la ciencia, ¿esto qué nivel es? Ah, nivel 8. No necesito ir con ella al tiro. Se van a quedar con la curiosidad de qué sucede con ella. Porque es nivel 8 y tengo que aprovechar de hacer las misiones de nivel más bajo. Así que después iré con ella. Ya, vayamos aquí. Ah, no, bro. No, sí, en realidad no estoy relativamente cerca. Ya, Roach, ven acá. Vamos a iniciar lo de el varón sanguinario y con eso termino el live porque ya se me alargó harto, 2 horas y media. Que en todo caso está dentro de lo que juego normalmente, pero la misión del varón sanguinario es larga, es muy larga esa parte de la historia, así que ni cagando la termino en lo que queda de live.
Not so fast, Roach.
Encuentra el varón. Pero ustedes saben lo que tengo que hacer antes de eso. Ustedes que me conocen saben que no puedo no hacer esto. No, eso ya lo hice.
Like to take a look.
¿Qué es esto? Vida y religión. Lo llevo. Briga Impera, ya. Lo llevo y lo llevo.
How about a few rounds of cards? Gwent specifically.
A ver. Ya. No podía ser un capítulo sin que jugara Gwent. ¿O no?
Baron home.
Depends who's asking.
Algo que echar que estoy a pata pelada,
Want
weón.
to talk to him.
Yeah. And I want to plough the lovely Queen Cero.
Seen this man before. In at the crossroads. You was there not so long ago. Thought you were supposed to go your separate way. Nice and all.
It led me here. Gotta talk to the Baron.
Oh, aye? What about?
Something important. His ears only.
Fine. Lodrin, let him in. If he makes any trouble, well, we outnumber him.
Open the gate. Sergeants! Ardle! Witcher, to see the Baron. Don't want no disturbances. That clear?
What do you think?
Ungüentos para enfermedades variadas. Tengo ungüentos para forúnculos, abscesos y gota. Los cambios por carne salada y similares. Aviso, son de lo más desagradable nauseabundos, pero juro que hacen maravillas. Leva obligatoria. Ha llegado el momento de aumentar la vigilancia del castillo con nuevos reclutas. Cada familia deberá facilitar un hombre sano capaz de manejar armas. Las familias que no dispongan de hombres de este tipo tendrán que pagar una dispensa en plata o similar. A los cobardes que intenten eludir su responsabilidad cortándose un pulgar, se les amputará ambas manos como castigo y quedarán marcados con la eterna vergüenza. Qué drástico. Adivino honrado y certero. Tengo muchos años a mis espaldas y he pasado por muchas cosas. A cambio, los dioses me han otorgado el don de la clarividencia. Solo tengo que examinar una mano y ante mis ojos se crea una visión de lo que le espera a su dueño y a todo lo que toque con ella. Algunos dicen que mi don es brujería, algo sobrenatural, pero en mi opinión es como los que saben nadar muy bien o tocar el violín con maestría, mientras que otros chapotean o no hacen más que ruido. Si no temes descubrir lo que te deparará el destino, ven a visitar al viejo Ratche. Ese tipo que fue a ver al principio del directo, por cierto. Nuestra Mirtilla ha muerto. Mi hija Mirtilla, la niña de nuestros ojos, murió este año con solo 4 primaveras. La enterramos en el cementerio junto al abedul torcido. El que quiera echarle un poco de tierra o encender una vela, allí la encontrará. Putkins. Contrato monstruo chillón. A quien le puede interesar, se hace saber por la presente porque quien logre matar al monstruo chillón, el monstruo que ha anidado cerca de Percha el Cuervo y ha comenzado a matar hombres y bestias, recibirá una jugosa recompensa. Nótese que estamos hablando de una temible y peligrosa criatura. Para matarla es necesario un luchador bien entrenado, no un grupo de campesinos con orcas. Dato curioso, a Geralt lo mató un campesino con una orca. Las manos de mi hija son robustas pero suaves. Más de un hombre o una mujer que padecía de tirón de las brujas u otras molestias de espalda han ido a verla entre dolores y han salido recuperados. Si el trabajo duro en el campo te ha dejado tan jorobado como un buey con exceso de carga, ven a nuestra cabaña y encuentra alivio. Ali. No, en serio, a Geralt lo mató un campesino con una horca. Pero eso ocurre en los libros. En el último libro, en el final, Geralt muere. Y todos los juegos son después de eso.
Guard called you a sergeant. You a Temerian soldier?
Vida y religión, verdad que eso lo había agarrado hace rato y no lo leí. Y debemos entregar la vida a la religión o interpretar la religión para que sirva a la vida. Hay tantas escuelas como filósofos, tantas historias como seres humanos, sin olvidarnos de los elfos, enanos, medianos, gnomos, ni de las medias criaturas inteligentes familiarizadas con la incertidumbre del alma. Dado que he sobrevivido más de 120 años, el vodka y los rábanos obran milagros que no los compensan de lo contrario. Juro con toda certeza que no hay manera de poner a todo el mundo de acuerdo y que lo que agrada a uno hace que otro se queje y amohine. Y sin duda hará que un tercero recurra al cuchillo si eso le aleja una pizca de su mundo limitado y conocido. Entonces, ¿qué hacemos? ¿Cómo vivimos? Pues como queramos, como el alma nos pida, descartando los rebuznos de filósofos y moralistas, incluso los que aparecen en este volumen como si fueran cuentos de hadas o supersticiones.
Not your concern, mate.
Deserter.
Temerian army don't exist no more.
So what are you all doing here?
Had a choice after the Black Ones thrashed us. Let it lie and try to lead normal lives, or continue to resist, join the guerrillas and fight for our beloved Temeria till death do us part. We chose the former.
And the Baron your commander?
Yeah, commander.
weren't for our fair uncles ruling the wild.
Allowing In Fasima, now those were balls. Attended a few, me and my Annie. Oh, how we danced, how we twirled.
Ooh!
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Hey!
Enough. I don't care how you do it, but the deliveries must be weekly.
Won't you stay for tea?
No. Besides, you've another guest.
Look at that. Didn't even stay for tea. In spite of all that blabbering about how cultured the nation is.
Rumors rarely find confirmation in reality, especially the ones about foreigners.
Right you are. I know who you are. Believe I also know why you've come. We'll talk inside.
Bloody Baron. Tremendo personaje. Tremenda parte de la historia.
Make yourself at home. Where'd I put the bloody vodka? Ah, there it is. A snifter.
Why not?
Ha! A man after me own heart. With Foltest dead and Natalis whereabouts unknown. Bloody hell. Who's a loyal Temerian to drink to these days?
Himself and his company?
Good enough. To at hand. I'm Philip Strenger. Now the Blobtits round here call me the Bloody Baron.
Geralt of Rivia. Blobtits call me the Butcher of Blaviken.
I said already, I know who you are. Truth be told, it's the only reason we're talking. How do you like it here in Velen?
I don't. Swamps, bogs, marshes everywhere.
Exactly. Someone loses their way around here, he becomes damn hard to find.
What are you getting at?
Many have lost loved ones here. Some their wives, others their daughters.
Get to the point already.
Ciri, that's why you've come, isn't it?
So she was here.
She showed up some time ago. Exhausted, wounded, and stinking like a soaked hound after a hard hunt. Later, I learned she'd come from the swamp. Said some beasts from the woods attacked her before she could reach the village.
That was close. I must leave this place. She needs help.
Ciri OP. Oh no, ¿qué te pasó, bicho? No mueras.
Calm down.
¡Oh, está buenísimo!
Hello there. Are
Está
you
buenísimo.
A little, I guess. Are you?
Yes. Though also just a little.
Does that mean you know which way to go?
Not quite. Not yet. But I'm sure we'll find the way if we set off together.
What happened to you?
This? It's nothing. How did you wind up here?
My father brought me. Told me to follow the trail of treats and eat my fill. He said he would wait. So I started down the trail. Then I saw a butterfly, and I ran to catch it, and I lost my way.
Oh, no sé si alguien estuvo cuando hice el stream de la misión de las damas del pantano. Ladies of the Woods. Bueno, el punto es que así como que para poder llegar donde estaba así como la oscuridad, hoy siempre se me olvida el nombre, me lo sé más en inglés. Tenía que seguir el camino de dulces, ¿ya? Y bueno, al final todo termina en que a los niños las moiras se los comían. Entonces...
Your father, why did he have you follow the trail of treats? Do you know?
Because we had naught to break our fast with.
I don't understand.
I was naughty. Broke a jug. Spilled all our milk.
Your parents must have been angry.
Mother said I should be spanked. But father said wouldn't do no good. Too many mouths to feed anyway. Sending me down the trail of treats. That would solve things.
You and your father, when did you leave home?
This morning.
And did the sun warm your face or your back?
It warmed my back.
So we must go east. Come, I'll walk you home. And explain to your parents that they must not lose their children in the woods.
We can't go home because of the Wolf King and his pack.
No kings among wolves.
These have one.
And you've seen him?
Yes. I mean, no. From behind a tree. He was huge, with giant eyes and great fangs, and he was terribly, disgustingly horrific.
See what I've got on my back? Wolves fear it. Kings do too. Come, I'll help you up.
No te creo. Árboles de mierda. Ya.
You can come out now.
My, you're brave. My father couldn't even do that.
Mine could do a lot more. Come.
Look! There's something there.
Wait here. Don't come any closer.
But...
No buts. Stay here. I must see something.
Bueno, en parte esto también es una de las razones por las que tengo el directo en mayor de 18 años. Por cierto, si fallara en la inspección de este cadáver, llego a una conclusión equivocada del monstruo que es y hago un aceite equivocado.
Bloodshot, but still moist. He died recently. Lips parted and bloated. Bit clear through his tongue. Immense pain before death. His chest is crushed. Ribs probably pierced his lungs. Something picked him up and threw him against the tree. Something tore his leg off. No, gnawed it off.
Ew, that's horrible.
Stay there, and look away. What's this? Marrow's missing. Interesting. Let's see. His liver's gone.
Why are you digging through his belly?
Would you mind making certain your laces are tied? The Wolf King's no fantasy, it seems. Except he's a werewolf.
What happened to him?
He had a fall.
I bet. The Wolf King got him.
When did children get so smart?
What we do when the Wolf King finds us?
Good question. I've no silver, but I can make a blade oil.
Oil? You mean like we make from rapeseed?
No, a far more special oil. Of dog tallow, wolf's bane, foal's parsley, and wolf's liver. The Wolf King will feel terrible, terrible pain.
You're smart. How do you know these things? Did your father teach you?
Not my father. My uncle. Uncle Vesemir.
Eso es acónito. Necesito cicuta menor. Cicuta menor dijo, ¿cierto? Estoy casi seguro que sí. Ah, acónito también. Acónito también, acónito también. Acónito... eso no.
Wolves.
Hide! Quickly!
Do
Parents often send their children out to follow the sweets. Bellies all in blood. Clawed open. No wolves did this.
Acónito. 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 Ahí hay acónito.
All right, I have everything. Now for a spot where I can build a fire and brew the oil in peace.
What you doing?
Greasing my blade. There. We'll see just how effective Uncle Vesemir's formulae are. It's dead. But a pig here? Must be a human settlement nearby. Belly's all in blood. Clawed open. No wolves did this.
This way, through the cave.
You lead.
It's a bit dark.
Afraid?
Are you?
What?
The Wolf King, now do you believe me?
I do. Hide!
¿Qué está haciendo la cabra chica, weón? Pero luego...
Why, you really give him a drubbing. Never seen anything like it.
Girl, you can come out now. Come on. You're lucky we came this way. Found someone far less fortunate in the forest.
Yaren, must be. We was returning from Midcopse when the brute attacked. I managed to flee, but Yaren...
The little one. No details. You have bandages at home? Some spirit? He laid a claw or two on me, unfortunately.
I've not, miss, but my lord, he's a powerful man. He's sure to help you. Might even reward you for cutting the werewolf down.
Very well. Lead us to your lord.
Just who do you think you brought me, man? That's not me daughter.
And the little one?
Neither, damn it! I think I'd know my own child.
Well, might not be yours, the older one, but you've got to admit the likeness. That's downright striking. So, any chance for that reward?
You'll not see one fucking copper. Get out before I set my hounds on you. So, stew any good?
Very. Thank you. I'd not eaten in...
Clear to see. I'm pleased you like it. Had them prepare a bath for you once you've eaten. And you could do with some sleep. Gretka in the nook behind the hearth. You in the guest room opposite the kitchen.
Thank you. I...
Shh. Eat now. We'll speak once you've rested. So I ordered my men to watch her and left her to rest.
And?
Ah, a topic for another time.
The little girl who showed up here with Ciri, what happened to her?
Gretka. She's safe and sound. Helps out in the kitchen. Ciri told me of the girl's parents, what they decided. So I decided not to send the lass home. She's fed here. A roof over a warm corner she calls her own. She wants for nothing.
What happened to Ciri?
I've told you already. A topic for another time.
Take it you won't give me this information for free.
Sharp you are. I regret your loss. Commiserate. But you see, it so happens my wife and daughter are missing as well. I propose an exchange. Find my loved ones, and I shall tell you about the girl you seek. All I know.
Fine, I'll help you. I'll find your family, but then you'll give me every bit of information you have.
You have my word. Guard! This man's under my protection. No one's to bother him in any way. Don't stare, I've not grown horns. Treat it as a token of my good faith.
When do you see them last?
They vanished after the new moon, as if whisked away by shadows.
What do you mean, vanished?
Precisely that. I awoke one morn to find them gone.
Can't start searching till I know what they look like.
Tamara, my daughter, turned 19 in the spring. Slender lass, about yay tall, comes up to my shoulders. Beautiful eyes, green, like her mother's. My wife, Anna, has 20 winters behind her, though she'd never admit it. Dark hair, thick as tar, keeps it tied up in a bun.
You try to search for them?
Sent men out right away, but they're not suited to it. It's one thing to rip up floorboards in search of a peasant's last sack of grain. Finding a living person, they just don't know how. Besides, Velen's naught but swamps and marshy woodland. Plenty of hard-to-find nooks. If you're looking to hide someone, this is the place.
Maybe they were kidnapped. Got any enemies?
None worth mentioning. Worthless little pricks and angry peasants is all. None would dare raise a finger against my family. Any who might have, they've been eating dirt long since.
Anything unusual happen before they disappeared? They act differently, do anything strange?
Unusual? No. Well, not long ago, peasants came to complain that a beast had ravaged a woman by the well. Devoured another lass before her. Common occurrences in Velen. And my women, Anna, quiet as a mouse as ever, and Tamara, occupied with her things. Nothing unusual.
This place. Must be hard to be the only 2 women here.
This place? What do you mean? They wanted for nothing here. Pheasant for dinner? Not a problem. Blue ribbons from Toussaint? Say the word.
Had your men in mind. Their company. Sure your wife and daughter weren't being harassed?
My men are a horde of whoresons, but they know their place. One of them so much as looked at Anna or Tamara crosswise, I'd cut him down like a dog.
I'll need to know a lot more than that. Can I see their rooms?
What for?
I need clues. Anything to latch onto.
I'll not let a stranger pore through their belongings.
Want me to find them or not?
Corta.
I do.
Then let me work.
Fine. But I shall go with you. The doors are locked.
Ya. Guardado.